what advice would you give to an aspiring entrepreneur that was in your situation, just like you were at when you were working at Alliance and you're like, this is not really a good fit for me. And your ex-husband's saying, start your own business, and you're laying in bed and you're thinking about it for a few weeks. You know, man, should I start my own business? There's other people listening to this episode, probably in the same situation. What would you tell them today based on what you know?
Don't doubt your skill set. You know more than you are thinking that you know right now. Don't doubt your skill set. If you have been in the industry long enough and you've touched enough components of an operating business, don't doubt it. I don't have to be the CFO, but I do have to know how to read my financials and so on and so forth. And that's a skill set you can get if it's not one that's sharp. So I think the biggest detriment for entrepreneurs is just not starting. And I think they don't get started because they get the analysis paralysis, but what if, there's tons of what ifs. You have 22 what ifs. I'll have 22 today. Making that first step is always the hardest step, no matter what you're doing. And it's amazing. It's amazing what you can learn from others and what people will give you for free. They give their knowledge for free, and all you have to do is ask for it. And so that's probably my key advice. I went to Johns Hopkins, and I have an MBA and so on and so forth. And that sort of prepped me, but what it really prepped me for was use my resources really well. And when you don't know something, go find out, have someone else teach you. And it's a lifelong learning process for me. If I don't learn something new during the course of the day, I'm not doing it right. I'm not digging deep enough.
I like that. How about this? How about first time CEO advice? They've never been captain. Somebody started a business and they signed a big contract, and boom, all of a sudden they have 10 or 15 employees and they're trying to learn how to be a CEO.
It's lonely at the top. It's very lonely at the top. And if you're the type of personality that delegates but does not follow up, you're going to be a short-term CEO, because that's critical, right? I can delegate all day long, but if I don't follow up and make sure it got executed, then there's an issue. Now, certain staff members you have to follow up more with, et cetera, but it's real lonely there. And one of the things I learned early on was at the end of the day, you have to make decisions. And ultimately, to give a kind of a football scenario, I'm just trying to get to the end zone. So if I do a lateral play, it's okay. If I go back a little bit, it's okay. But ultimately, the goal is to get to the end zone. So if I run down the field like this and eventually I get to the end zone, that's a win. And it doesn't matter what it looked like and how smelly it was or how damaged we got in the process, it was a win. And I think CEOs get stuck, new CEOs get stuck in, my website needs to be perfect. No, just launch it. Launch it. I mean, I'm on a payroll platform. They change their website. I don't know. Every time I log on, it's a different, look and feel. Don't get stuck in that. Launch it, get moving. You have a good idea, get moving with it. And that's probably my biggest advice. And try to find a good third party outside of your spouse, because this is where pressure gets caused, to discuss what's going on. So if it's your business and your spouse is doing something else or what have you, find a mentor, hire a coach. I had a couple of coaches when I first started, because I didn't want my spouse to fix me. I just wanted to run through 22 concepts at my rapid pace and have them listen, because I can work it out as I'm talking. That's generally how my brain works. So if you don't have a confidant like that, it's really important. It's really important. Get involved. I was a part of Vistage group. And Vistage was a great place to be able to sit around a table with people that owned all types of companies. And what you find very quickly is everybody's struggling with the same thing. Everybody's struggling with HR. Just the repeat of what the issues were from CEOs that had, companies of my size, smaller companies, much bigger companies. It resonated across every single person in that room. So I think that is, do it early. Do it early, because it gets overwhelming.
If you think today's tip or guest interview can help someone you know, please share this with them. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. The Riderflex Podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviewing. You can visit riderflex.com to learn more about us and get information and pricing on the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day.